Once the metal is extracted, it needs to be refined. So, refining refers to the process by which an impure metal can be converted to a pure metal. Different methods are available, which are distillation, liquefaction, electrolysis, zone refining, and chromatographic methods. Distillation. This method of refining is used for metals like zinc and mercury because they have lower boiling points. So when the impure metal is heated, if you take zinc or mercury for example, these metals having lower boiling points will easily form vapors which can be condensed and collected as pure metal. The impurities having higher boiling point will remain or will be left behind. Zone refining. This method is used to obtain pure semiconductors like germanium, silicon, boron, gallium, etc. What is the principle of this method? This method is based on the principle that the impurities are more soluble in the melt than in the solid state of the metal. Now, how it works? The impure metal is taken in the form of a rod and a circular mobile heater is fixed at one end of the impure metal rod. Now, as the heater moves forward, the molten zone will also move along with the heater. So as the heater moves forward, the pure metal crystallizes out of the melt and the impurities pass on to the next adjacent zone. The process is repeated several times, but keep in mind that the heater is moved in the same direction, as a result of which all the impurities will get concentrated at one end and this end can be cut off. That gives you the pure metal. Electrolytic refining. This method is used in the case of metals like copper, nickel. Impure metal is made the anode and pure metal is made the cathode. The electrolyte is a suitable salt solution of the metal. Now when electricity is passed through the electrolyte, that is salt solution of the metal, from the impure anode, pure metal will go into the solution as metal ions. And after that, an equivalent amount of the metal ions will now pass from the solution to the cathode and will get deposited on the cathode as pure metal. The soluble impurities will remain in the solution and insoluble impurities will get collected near the anode and it is called as anode mud. Now coming to the reactions taking place at the anode and cathode. Oxidation takes place at the anode and reduction takes place at the cathode. Now let the metal be represented as M. So we write the equation as M giving Mn plus plus N electrons. That is the reaction taking place at the anode. At the cathode, Mn plus plus N electrons gives M. That will be the reaction taking place. Reduction takes place at the cathode and as a result of reduction, metal gets deposited at the cathode. Let us see how electrolytic refining is carried out in the case of copper. Here impure metal, that is impure copper, is taken as anode and pure copper strip is taken as cathode. The electrolyte is copper sulfate solution. When electricity is passed through copper sulfate solution, from the impure anode, pure metal will go into the solution as cupric ions and an equivalent amount of cupric ions from the solution will now move towards the cathode and will get deposited on the cathode as pure copper. Coming to the various reactions taking place at the anode and the cathode. At the anode we have copper giving Cu2 plus 2 electrons. At the cathode, Cu2 plus 2 electrons gives copper. This pure copper gets deposited at the cathode. All the soluble impurities will remain in the solution, but the insoluble impurities will get collected near the anode and it is known as anode mud. You should know the various metals present in anode mud. The various metals are antimony, selenium, tellurium, silver, gold and platinum. Another method of refining is vapor phase refining. In this method, the metal is converted into its volatile compound, which is then decomposed to give pure metal. You should know the two requirements. One, the metal should form a volatile compound with an available reagent. With a suitable reagent, the metal should form a compound which is volatile in nature. Second requirement, the volatile compound should be easily decomposable so that the recovery of the metal is easy. Vapor phase refining. In this method, we have Van Arkel method used for refining zirconium and titanium and Mons process used for refining nickel. Now let us see the various reactions taking place in Van Arkel method. Let us take, for example, titanium. Impure metal titanium is made to react with iodine. It gives titanium tetraiodide, which is a volatile compound. So, when this compound is heated to a temperature of 1700 Kelvin, it decomposes to give pure titanium. Along with that, iodine gas is also evolved. Zirconium similarly reacts with iodine to give zirconium tetraiodide. It is also volatile in nature. So, when heated to a temperature of 1800 Kelvin, it decomposes to give pure zirconium along with iodine. Mons process. Here, nickel, that is impure nickel, is made to react with carbon monoxide. It gives nickel tetracarbonyl, which is NiCO 4 times. This volatile compound, nickel tetracarbonyl, when heated, decomposes to give pure nickel along with the formation of carbon monoxide.